Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating it's Thursday, July 20... Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating it's Thursday, July 26, 2018. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, and all other souls from all other dimensions, as long as the souls are already looking up to wiser minds above, asking up to those wiser minds above them, what now, in order to insert some facet of the big assignment here, and then doing what the wiser minds above say to do. We tested it just now when we were starting to film, tried to give the date. It just actually doesn't work very well to not look up in every moment, and somebody is talking about, they're saying, well, that can't be true because nobody's looking up really hardly ever at all. Now somebody else is talking to them. We have one of those discussion rooms apparently, and they're saying, friend, are you aware that we're at the level of ecosphere collapse, biosphere collapse in multiple dimensions on multiple planets? And that person is kind of nodding in a, well, yes, I am, but I don't see how that's relevant to the conversation.
That's true.
Way. And then this other person is saying, and therefore, is it working this way that we have of not looking up? Is it working given that the way of not looking up has pushed us into biosphere level collapse in thousands, perhaps hundreds of thousands, perhaps hundreds of millions of biospheres? That guy's getting up and going getting coffee, or
yeah, that's true.
He just doesn't want to talk about it.
No.
It's like that scientist that we were talking with.
Yeah, that's true.
Self-identifies as an environmentalist and is distracting himself with his ancestry investigations, and we pointed it out to him as kindly but clearly as we were able to, and he first got very insulted and then refused to acknowledge that there was any connection whatsoever.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he stopped being insulted because he had already decided there was no connection, and he was freed to research his ancestry and look up dead cousins that he's never heard of before.
That's true.
And waste his life when the planet is dying. And that's what's happening in all dimensions, as best we can tell. And this is what's coming from not looking up to wiser minds above, asking up what now, in order to fulfill some facet of the soul plan, and then doing what wiser minds above say to do to the best of our abilities, and we'll discover that maybe their ideas work and maybe their ideas don't work. Often they work.
That's true.
But sometimes they don't, and when they don't work, there's an important data point for the wiser minds above. Are they willing to see the data point? That's a different question. Somebody just asked, but are they willing to see the data point? Some are, some aren't.
That's true.
Why do you ask? The asking has a desperate quality of trying to say something to divert this inquiry, and it doesn't feel like a bad-intentioned person. It just feels like the inquiry is very threatening to the worldview.
Oh, that's true.
Which we understand. Hello, my old friend, being threatened by a change in worldview.
That's true.
What now? What now? What now? To evacuate the even deeper, denser dimensions. They don't even want to say it. But friends, listen, if you can't create worlds that work for the even deeper, denser dimensions, the very least we can do is evacuate out the souls of the dead. Can we create worlds that work? And somebody's saying, that's impossible.
It's impossible.
Okay, well then, let's evacuate out the souls of the dead. Let's just get them out of there. And we've all got inside of our own bodies millions, perhaps billions of tiny dead souls of our own dead cells.
That's
and
true.
our dead molecules. When a molecule breaks apart, that's a life that has ended.
That's true.
And if the aspects of the molecules are still considering themselves, but I am water, I am that which life is made of, for example, and it breaks apart into its components of hydrogen and oxygen,
That's true.
it's a dead molecule. It is.
That's true.
And the faster we claim our new state of I am oxygen or I am
I'm
hydrogen, the better. But we're all transforming all the time.
That's true.
In many, many, many different levels all the time. And so there is a continual need for the exhale upward. The souls of the dead, of the smaller presences, moving up. This is an important facet of upward flow. And somebody's really on a roll in this discussion group, and they're talking about how when upward flow breaks down, when it stalls out, when there is a dearth, that's what they're saying, a dearth of upward flow, meaning a scarcity of upward flow, that's what creates these astral currents, because then the selfishness and grasping and aversion and push-pull games that almost everyone is playing with everybody else, they take hold, and now we've got these currents in the astrals that can be extremely powerful and can be life-destroying, and if there's no upward flow to provide stability, then those currents take everything down. For whom is the message? And why do you ask? Somebody's talking about how important it is to allow in the observers into our lives, and then to listen to those observers, and how the observers often speak to us in the dreaming.
That's true.
And how important it is to treat our dreams with respect as messages, and to spend the time that it actually takes to decipher the dreams, and to not be fooled by the ridiculous dream encyclopedias that are easily available.
That's true.
But to actually, and somebody else is saying, but almost nobody's interpreting dreams correctly because they skip over the starting point, which is to ask, who is the dreamer? Who is the dreamer? And the dreamer is often a soul, almost always a soul, but
That's
which
true.
soul, and why is the soul here, and what is the location? And it's tricky, actually.
That's true.
Especially in this era of soul change. Dream interpretation is excruciatingly tricky, and misinterpretations of dreams, that's a dangerous sport.
That's true.
For whom is the message, and why do you ask? Somebody's saying it's like all of the necessary tools are now dangerous.
That's what they just said.
Friends, this might be Pan. It feels so like Pan. He says, friends, please focus. Please focus. We are at the level of biosphere collapse, in biosphere after biosphere after biosphere, and dimension after dimension. It's likely that tools aren't going to be working in that environment. Can you please just focus on this? And now, let's begin to ask ourselves how to evacuate the souls from the depths. And if you don't want to evacuate the souls from the depths, do you want to consider what that might mean about you? There are people saying bad things about Pan. I can hear them.
There are people
I can
saying
hear you
bad
saying
things
that.
about Pan, and they're calling him names.
There are. Look, he's not got a popular message, and we agree with that, but
That's
his
true.
message is true. It's true. It's helpful. Nobody else is saying it, so it's for him to say.
That's true.
And all life is collapsing from the collapse of integrity, so now is a really good time to say it. It's
That's
true,
true.
helpful for him to say, and now's the time to say it. It meets the four tests of speaking. If he's not saying it, he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing.
That's true.
What now to evacuate the even deeper, denser dimensions? What now? Which way is up?
Which way is up?
Which way is up? Oh, some other way.
Some other
Oh,
way.
good. See, now this is what happens. Tumbling in the astrals, we aligned with which way is up before we started filming. It's been,
That's
what,
true.
maybe 10 minutes. We just aligned
That's
with
true.
which way is up. And we're attempting to maintain the interdimensional communication. And we are maintaining the communication, but all of us are listing
That's
in
true.
the astral currents. All of us are. It's like a building that's slowly lying down.
Yes.
For whom is the message? Why do you ask?
You
And which way is up? Which way is
Which way is
forward? Here we are again, 10 minutes later, completely backwards and hanging upside down like bats, basically,
That's
as we
true.
were 10 minutes ago, as we were 10 minutes before that, and 10 minutes before that, and
That's
10
true.
minutes before that. This suggests somebody is talking, it's a small person who we should listen to, because this small person has a good track record. That's why, in answer to the question of why would we want to listen to somebody like that, because they have a good track record. It suggests that there is a large presence of whom we are all a part, who is hanging upside down from his own life path and backwards on his own life path. And now somebody else says, I know who it is, I know who it is. It's that very large related soul of the wizard.
That's true.
He's upside down and backwards on his life path. Which way is up?
So,
Which way is forward? Which way is up? And then complete the turn. If we ask and we don't respond, that's disrespectful. Why would anybody answer our questions ever again? Which way is up, and then complete the turn? Which way is forward, and then complete the turn? Or why would we expect any help ever? There's so many people out there, somebody else is saying, there's so many people out there who ask questions and then don't follow the instructions given.
That's true.
The angels get very upset with that, very upset.
That's true.
And some of them will ban certain people. They say to their secretaries, don't let any more calls through from that person. It's a big waste of time.
That's true.
And there's a lot of people who are just blacklisted across the board. They're not getting any input from anybody because they ask and then don't follow. And why would any competent, capable, well-intentioned guardian angel waste their rare, precious time on somebody like that when there are other people who aren't as offensive to deal with? And now somebody says, oh, all we need to do is kill off the ones who aren't as offensive to deal with. This is what's creating the astral currents.
Yes, that's true.
There you have it. What now to evacuate the even deeper, denser dimensions? What now? Just keep pumping up from the depths. The dead children and their environments. Somebody's asking, what do you mean by that? Which is just an argument, a stall tactic.
Yeah, that's true.
Whatever children need so that they feel comfortable when they're traveling. Their mummy, their puppy, their blankie, whatever they need. What do you ask? Which way is up? Which way is forward? There are souls who are here and they are trying to figure out what has happened to disrupt breathing.
That's
they do
true.
at least seem to be over the hurdle and are now acknowledging something is occurring to disrupt breathing in many different presences of many different species
That's
and many
true.
different dimensions on many different planets.
That's true.
Breathing is being disrupted, and this other person way back in the cheap seats
Yes.
is saying they think it might be panic at a low level. Everybody is registering it's the time of biosphere collapse, and if they're not processing it with their conscious minds, that can create low-level panic or
That's
anxiety,
true.
and that depresses breathing. Somebody else is disagreeing and saying it's not that, it's literally forgetting to breathe. So one person's saying it's panic, they're holding their breath. Another person's saying that's not it, they're forgetting to breathe. Oh, now there's big discussion.
That's true.
What now to evacuate the even deeper, denser dimensions? Which way is up, for example? It is the wizard's body.
That's true.
We are cells in the body of the wizard. He is the planetary consciousness. This is his body that we are murdering. We are the cells in his body.
That's true.
It's rational to give him more chances than other presences get. It is rational. It's a shame, somebody says it's a shame he works for such bad people.
Yeah.
I think they're forgetting what the frame of reference is.
That's true.
And do you have a better option? Oh, he's the best option going. It's his body, and everybody's corrupt. Like
Everybody's corrupt.
inside the contaminated zone, like they're all rotten.
That's true.
They're just trying to steal it. They're just trying to steal it from him. No, we're not gonna play that game.